I became governor. We brought it down, though. We took third and second. Obaseki, over the past 2-3 years, don't take it from me. Place a call to cross-check this fact. Edo did not even feature in the ranking. Because in terms of the number of students that participated and their performance, we simply fell out of the ranking scale. So that is the way to measure. So when I see him talk about Edo best, that is a huge fraud.
A lot of conversation around how you helped Governor Godwin Obaseki into power. Yeah. But there hasn't really been a lot of conversation around how he said he helped you also becoming governor, on how he helped you, why governor. Did he help you to become governor?
So this question, you know, as I said, I smile when I watch these things. Since it is clear now that he not really want to be a governor, he's currently a governor, and he wants to perpetuate, he wants a second term, it means that he has always wanted to be a governor. Right? It would have been a solid dream. Why didn't he help himself first before helping me? You know, as they say, when you fly, you are in an airplane, they tell you, should the oxygen mask fail, so should there be an emergency? Should there be an emergency, oxygen mask will drop. Help yourself before helping another. So how come Obaseki couldn't make himself, if he was in a position, go and check the balance sheet of Afrivest? Because he was a stockbroker, which local people call Kalu. Go and look at the balance sheet that they filed with the Corporate Affairs Commission and see Obaseki's net worth. Right? What Obaseki mistake for when you are doing a ceremony and I name you as master of ceremony and the ceremony turned out to be successful, I will now claim that you organized the ceremony for me. How? So but check his balance sheet. Wait, a man who was not a registered voter in Edo State, how can he say he account for? I hired him. The point is, I was very, and I remain convinced that sometimes, you know, I tell Edo people, this is Edo project. And every Edo brain that is willing to contribute ideas will want to listen. I have people like, of course, Obaseki. I have people like Imomo, who was deputy managing director of Shell. I have people like Aswe Igudaro. I had, there were about 18 Edo people from different professional backgrounds that we assembled. And I said, I challenge you guys to look at the situation in Edo and help us develop a blueprint. And then we can interrogate each other on how it can be operationalized. Like you have honorary board of advisors, just like President Buhari did recently. He had a panel well-known, some of them not so well-known, but some economists and others as honorary economic advisors. And now for those people to turn out tomorrow to say, we made Buhari president. No. You cannot give what you don't have. Does Obaseki have electoral value? Check his report. One of the cases PDP took to court was that he had double registration, that he registered in Lagos, and only in 2016, in his election, that he voted in Edo for the very first time. So how can a man who doesn't know, it's actually after he became governor, that he bought a house where he lives now. So do you know what makes a governor? His votes. His votes. On the contrary, in fairness, the person who I talked to step down for me and who I can confess to you, share with me what politics is in Edo, because I didn't live here. He says, Yamo.
So when you heard that he said he's going to end your political career after this election, how does that make you feel?
See, I wish we are not discussing personalities. A political lizard is saying that he's going to end the political relevance of a political lion. And you want me to debate that? When PDP as a machine, at the peak of their power, and ordered the Obasanjo's regime of do-or-die politics, he said so publicly. And Chief Anini clarified it. Do-or-die means if he loses Edo State, for example, it means he's politically dead. those well-known, respected nationally. These were not local champions. Late Chief Anini was respected beyond the bounds of southern Nigeria, all the way all over the country. Ogbemudia, not only has he paid his dues as a former governor, he's highly respected in this town. But when it comes to that electoral issues, Edo people believe I, not those people. And I won. And they said, that was my opening remark, that they will teach me a lesson, that labor is not politics. That's why I said in the end, those who said they were going to teach me, they ended up being my pupils, and I became the professor. Now you're asking me, a man who was not registered voter, who couldn't win a unit. In the last presidential election, Obaseki lost his ward. He lost his local government. He lost his, he's represented in the House of Rep by PDP. He's represented in the Senate by PDP. I myself, not being a governor, we won all our House of Assembly. We won all our federal constituencies in Edo North. We won. The only senator from Edo is from my area. So how can a guy who, anyway, he can say it to you because after all, with 3 credit, he claimed to go to university. So he can claim that he's going to teach me a lesson, but the examination day is on Saturday. We will find out who is the teacher.
Election is about